do any of the VAs feel like they're most similar to their character?
Oh, I really do relate to Haruhi. I feel like everyone does. Um, but like I think everyone loves Haruhi specifically because she is just so different from other protagonists in shoujo because she's just like, yeah, everything's chill. Like, I'm just gonna be me and I'm gonna be genuinely me, and then that's great.
Mm-hmm.
So, OURAN was definitely my gateway anime. It was like the first anime and manga series that I was very into. And I was like, Haruhi knows her stuff. She knows who she is. She just kind of does it, and it was very inspiring. So I hope to be confident like that.
Mm-hmm. You know what I just realized? I'll come
Yeah.
back to that real quick, but like, you know how we always joke about how like Kyoya would not be happy that we're not making money off this?
Yes, that is for
But
sure true.
if you think about it, like technically they don't make money for profit. They just put it back into the club, you know? So they don't get personal profit
Well,
from
that's what Kyoya tells the rest of the club. I am
it.
sure he
He
is
just takes a little
building
like he takes like a nice shiny penny, puts it in his own pocket.
I mean, he does have his own businesses. We
Yeah.
know that
Uh-huh.
from the last episode in the anime, and we know
Uh-huh.
that from the manga. So, where is that money coming from? It's all good business, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
All business is good business. But do back to the whole question, do any of the VAs feel like they're most similar? On the flip side, I think our Kiyoya voice actor is the complete opposite. Vibes wise. Like we have him go like, oh, like Tamaki, blah blah blah, and then we have, oh my god, guys, hey, like, oh my god, like I love Peter. I love Peter. I love his
No.
energy. Peter's such a 180 energy wise with Kyoya, and I think that's hilarious. If you guys ever want to check out Peter, it's Peter hyphen. I'll write it out. If you want, go say hi. Say the GlintCo sent sent you guys. It's Peter. Oh, sorry. This pen is making my handwriting atrocious. I'll rewrite it. Well, he's great. I love him. He's such a talented voice actor. Um, but he is such a flip. I thought it's so funny. It's Peter
I
hyphen on TikTok. But that is our Kiyoya. He's a little TikTok famous. I think that's a little crazy. He had said that once on like a little like game that we're playing. I think he was like one of those like fun games where like, oh, guess this about me. They're like, I'm secretly famous on TikTok, and I'm like, I already know. I did a background check on
I stalked you.
you. I stalked you and I showed all the mods, so we already know this question. But Peter hyphen, he's our Kyoya. He's such a flip. I so that's like one on the other end. I feel like another one who's kind of like relates to the character, Connor, really taps into Tamaki.
Yes.
The way
Yes.
he jumps into character is amazing. He is TNT Jack 91, I think, on TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna try
Yeah.
writing that out. TNT Jack 91. You're just gonna have to listen to me say it. But he gets in. We will just be sitting in VC. If you're in the fan server, sometimes we will just like be in VC talking, and we'll just be talking. He'll be talking normally, and all of a sudden the Tamaki comes out, and he's in character, and it's so cool. It's so cool.
I think when I was picking lines, specifically Kyoya actually, Peter, um all of the pronunciations for everyone's names, for places are based off of Kyoya
Mm-hmm.
because he does it so well. And I was like, okay, so if anyone needs a reference, we're gonna reference Kyoya's lines because that's just what it is.
Yeah.
But then with Tamaki, like I would be listening to takes and there was just something about the intonation or the quality of certain lines. He would
Mm-hmm.
deliver them in a certain way. When Tamaki was talking to like fellow students in the club versus talking to Haruhi versus talking to like fellow club members. And he would always do these certain things. And I was like, oh, Like that is so distinct. It's such a distinctive way to tell who he's talking to without even like really referencing the script or like seeing anything.
Mhm.
And that was always very impressive.
Another person that's kind of like a 180 vibe wise is Julia. She's our Renge.
Julia's Renge. Oh my
Like
goodness.
she's
So many
so
times.
sweet in like college. She'd be like really sweet, right? But then when the Renge turns out, it's like sweet to like low key sweet, but a little bit crazy because that's kind of Renge, you know? She's like, oh, that vibe. When you hear her like do her laugh, oh my god, it's like you're listening to Renge, like the
Oh,
actual
the
feeling.
Renge laugh. Oh
It's
my, it
so
was
good.
so
She's so
brilliant.
accurate.
And she just gave like takes after take of Renge lines. Like it was so it was just amazing. Just amazing.
Another person who really gets into it, Lily, our honey VA. She'll be like, oh my
Yes,
god,
I wanted
yeah,
to
let's do
mention
this, let's do
Honey.
this. And then she'll immediately go in. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's like oh, Honey is such a dynamic character. And then listening to Lily's lines doing Honey, absolutely crazy. Like she is just so good. And there are certain lines in the whole pilot that just make me laugh every single time. And I've listened to this pilot hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. I cannot tell you how many times I've listened to this pilot. But I still laugh because the performance is so good. And one of those lines is Honey's. I can't even say, but it's one of Honey's lines. It's just so good. I do love our voice acting team.
Oh, they're so nice. They're so sweet, and they're so understanding. Especially like since it takes so long to have like an output here. They're so sweet. I would do anything for them. Oh, I was gonna mention Gabriel or Mori.
Oh well, I wanted to mention Gabriel too.
Because he does so many.
Okay.
He's our Mori voice actor, right? But he's
Yes.
also so many other people. He's like he's like a chef in the background. He's another character that I don't want to mention. He's like 3 characters in our pilot. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Like, you know, like we did not have like a good like deep brain like we didn't have a lot of good deep brains like VAs. And he's like, I'll just do them all. Or he's like, I'll audition for this. Or like when we're missing like a role for one thing, he's like, I'll go in for a 4th role. Yeah. And I'm like, I think it's so funny that it's Maury's voice actor.
It's so funny hearing him go from like the chef, who is so different, and then Maury.
To the cafeteria, Princess Michelle to yeah.
The chef talks more than Maury does. Like,
know.
oh my gosh.
I know. I feel like I really want to give him more lines, right? But it's out of character.
It is. He will. Well, I think Maury has.
In the future, he does get yeah.
He just talk more. I think.
I think we can like slowly push it like a little bit, not too much, but I think we can push more lines in for him without making it super out of character. I think like definitely
for my boy Maury. Yes, I agree.
Oh my god, 100%. But like I feel like for promos, we should just have him do like a really long promos where he's talking in character, completely out of character. And scene. Oh, okay, I can talk now. The twins, though, you were saying?
Oh, the twins. Their unison lines are like music, I swear.
Oh my god, and they're so flexible when it comes to like doing the lines. Because we just had them do it by themselves and we're like realizing it wasn't matching up. And I was like, yo, can like you use this person's lines as reference? And they're like, yeah, sure. Perfect takes. Like I was like, wow, this is amazing. And like it's just like they sound so good together.
The portrayal of their characters even is very, very impressive because Hikaru is like it sounds more chill, like trying to be more chill, and then Kaoru, like when Kaoru has an outburst.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like the energy they put behind it is very it's just magic. It's just magical.
And I never noticed it when I watched the show, but now that like I sit here and listen to these voice actors doing it, I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. Like
like with the twins, if you specifically listen to the inflections and how the voice actors are delivering their lines, they do them like opposite almost. Kaoru is always like higher pitched. And then Hikaru is always lower, but then when they speak in unison, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked for every single take. It
Oh.
was just amazing.
Yeah. Oh my god. Who else? Well, Clover. I'm not gonna say who she voices. But Clover. Oh my god, she gets into her character really, really well. Oh my god, like, I can't help but like I will like feel like how the characters feel about her. Just because like how well she portrays her character and how well she portrays the attitude of that character. I'm like, oh my god, like I'm feeling what the characters are feeling right now. I'm relating to Hikaru and Kaoru right now, and like their like emotions. I'm like, that's crazy. Like it's the one character that's making me like go like that, and I think that's phenomenal. Clover is super talented in that way.
I'm afraid to say anything. I don't want to spoil anything. Like I'm trying to think of something. I agree with all of that. I just am afraid I'm going to spoil something.